that, we are going to travel into Vruṣabham. Travel maybe on Vruṣabham, bull of Dharma. And the symbolic form of Dharma is referred to be the bull. And why is that? Let's look at that. Lord Shiva's Nandi, every lord that you have seen, gods or goddesses you have seen so far, have a vehicle, and the vehicle is invariably an animal or a bird or such. Baby Krishna or little Krishna, the young boy, questions this tradition and says, why worship Lord Indra? And he gives a furious storm, thunder, lightning to the whole place to show his power, maybe. Yes. So at this time, Lord Krishna picks up the Govardhana on his little finger like an umbrella, using it as an umbrella, and saving. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Jai Shri Ram, Om Shri Matre Namaha. Welcome back to the Glaze Studios oil painting vlog number 61 of Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali. This is a painting that follows the principle of calligram or micrography, using which the 1000 names of Sri Vishnu are getting painted while the painting is coming up. I'm also trying to understand the deeper meanings lying underneath these names with the help of scriptures from Sanatana Dharma, and whatever I am learning as an amateur, I am also sharing with you via these weekly vlogs. Each vlog typically contains 10 names and the meanings, and then we go into a trajectory trying to understand some of these names and taking this tangential perspectives from Sanatana Dharma. We have covered up to 590 names already in our previous videos. If you haven't had a chance to look at that, please do so and come back, because although I cover 10 names at a time, you will constantly see me referring back and forth to the previous vlogs. This is just because of the names being thoroughly interconnected. There are deeper understandings and contrasting thought processes that come across when you cross verify these. So just to help you get a better view of it and maybe find it useful for your own personal or professional life, it will be helpful to take a look at that. With that, let's look at the plan for today. Today we are going to look at 10 names. Of course, we start with 591 and we touch base with 600th name, and along with that we are going to travel into Vruṣabham. Travel maybe on Vruṣabham, bull of Dharma, and we are also going to understand somebody that is close to the bulls and cows, that is Govardhana. There is also a very beautiful story on Govardhana that we are going to touch base on today. So we have a jam-packed plan for today. So let's get started right away with the names and the meanings first. Yeah, starting with the 591st name, that is Om Gohitaya Namaha. It means one who looks after the welfare of the cows, or one who protected the cows by uplifting the mountain Govardhana. So this is something we have discussed previously, that cows does not necessarily point to one clan or one type of animal, one species. It is also a representation of any living being that is coming under the pralans of, coming under the safety of the Lord. So that's also a perspective that we will definitely look at, because Govardhana story is what we are going to touch base on in a short while from now. So let's move on to the 592nd name, Om Gopataye Namaha. Again, this is the same name, Go referring to the cows. Yeah, Gopataye is giving the meaning the Lord of the earth or the breeding bull. So this bull and Govardhan, they are thoroughly interconnected, I can see. Let's look at the 593rd name, Om Goptre Namaha. Goptre Namaha, the concealer and protector, or the protector of the earth who conceals himself by his Maya. So he is not visible for our naked eye, but he is there to protect us. So that is the perspective coming out of this name, Goptre Namaha here. 594th name is Om Vruṣabhakshayi Namaha. Vruṣabham also points to the bull. Bull. Aksham points to eye. Bull's eye. Let's see what it is. It's almost close. This means having the eye of the bull, or also bull is a representation of Dharma. We have touched base on this topic previously, so we are going to go deeper into this in a short while from now. 595th name is Vruṣapriyaya Namaha, one who likes the bull. Vrisha, now we know, points to the bull. So Priya meaning, liking. One who likes the bull, one to whom Vrisha or Dharma, so the bull of Dharma is dear, close to him. 596th name is Om Anivartine Namaha. Anivartine Namaha refers to the one who never retreats in the battle of or battle with asuras, or never abandons dharma. So the thought process is that holding on to dharma even when things aren't going in the direction that you want to. So the negativities are there in the form of asuras, but you're still battling up towards or holding up to the dharma. What is dharma? You have to look at that as well. 597th name is Om Nivrutatmane Namaha. Nivrutatmane Namaha refers to one whose mind is naturally withdrawn from the objects of senses. The battle can be succeeded, or upholding the dharma can happen only when you are withdrawn from the sensory aspects. So how do you win the battle? Like, for example, if I close my eyes, can I win the battle? That's not the point. The point is using the senses to observe, definitely, but not getting agitated or emotional by it, maybe. So the withdrawal of the mind from the senses, using the senses to observe, touch, feel, experience, understand is good, but withdrawing the mind from the senses, and that is exactly where the point of Nivrutatmane comes, the ability to be objective in dire situations, maybe. 598th name is Om Sanksheptre Namaha. Refers to one who at the time of cosmic dissolution contracts the expansive universe into a subtle state. Yes, this is not exactly the topic that we are going to cover, but I want to touch base on this because the cosmic dissolution is always, misunderstood as everything disappears. Of course, it disappears from the way that you have been observing it, but it all, goes to another state, which is a subtle state. So it is there so that it can always reappear when the cosmos resets itself. Yes, so it's like rebooting. When you reboot your system, you are not damaging the system. You know that there is a need for a shutdown, so you can restart afresh, and you will have all your apps coming back, hopefully better. So that's the point that you can understand with cosmic dissolution. Going on to the 599th name, Om Kshemakkrute Namaha. Kshema is referring to protection. So one who gives protection, Kshema, to those that go to him. Yeah. 600th name is Om Shivaya Namaha. Shiva refers to, yes, you can always think of the deity. Shivaya Namaha is also a name that is coming up again and again frequently here, and each one has a different context. So here it refers to one who purifies everyone by the very utterance of this name. Even uttering the name purifies one, the very form of auspiciousness. That's also another perspective shared out here. Like I have mentioned previously in all the previous vlogs, some of the names have different contexts in different places. And if we actually go deeper into each of the names, we can take one name and go on for about 2-3 days on just that name. So what I am touching base is the perspectives, also certain things that is coming along with it as I go with my experiential learning, I think. So you will always find different versions of it coming, which is good. So you're also attracting or being interested in certain aspects in your life, and the name that comes to you that clicks with you is also relating to the time and space that you are in, the challenges you are facing, and so on. So that's about it with regards to the names and the meanings. And now I think we are ready to go on to the Vruṣabham and understand the bull of Dharma, Vruṣabham. So the bull is also a representation of Dharma. There is a, the word Dharma is very, very difficult to translate in English. And by now, I think with my different explanations in each of the vlogs, you would have also understood that there is no one single word equivalent in the English translation, because there are so many aspects to it. Righteousness is something very easily used in many many discourses or common parlance, I would say, but that is a rudimentary form of thinking, because there are so many aspects to it. The symbolic form of Dharma is referred to be the bull. And why is that? Let's look at that. Lord Shiva's Nandi, Lord Shiva, every deity, every lord that you have seen, gods or goddesses you have seen so far, have a vehicle, and the vehicle is invariably an animal or a bird or such. So here Nandi is also Lord Shiva's vehicle, and it represents the eternal principle of, so it's truth, purity and steadfastness. So it's not just that word of righteousness. So it has the combo of truth, purity and steadfastness. And the bull actually stands on 4 legs, and these 4 legs are 4 pillars of Dharma. We have looked at this 4 pillars of Dharma in vlog number 35, but that was from the point of view of Chanakya, sage Chanakya, isn't it? So now we are going to look at another perspective of Dharma. So in the now I'm going to combine it with another vlog. So vlog 35 and now vlog 32, where we talked about yugas, the time, and how we calculate time in Sanatana Dharma. So the 4 yugas, the whole cosmic cycle, if we have to look at the life of the earth or the cosmos, we need to separate it or understand it as being split into 4 yugas, time spans, and each of the time span has its own plus and minus. We have talked about it in vlog 32, so please do check that out. So here we are going to look at those time spans from the angle of Dharma. So Satya Yuga is the first yuga where all four pillars of dharma are perfectly, erect. Uh, it's a period of truth and austerity, compassion and purity, everything, coexisting, very healthy surrounding. And as we move on to the next yuga, the things change. So let's understand that four legs. So first leg can be truth, satya. The second can be tapas or austerity. Daya, compassion is the third leg, and shaucha or purity. Yeah, so all four, if you just think of this as four legs, all four put together can lead to something called righteousness, isn't it? So that is the detailed element: truth, austerity, compassion, and purity. So like I mentioned, the first yuga will see that all four legs are intact, so they are in equal balance, and you have a strong bull animal, Satya Yuga. But the moment we move on to the next yuga, that is the Treta Yuga, one of the leg weakens. So the virtue slightly weakens. You will see that people aren't that virtuous or that pure or something like that. Then you see that the next yuga, as we proceed, it is the Dwapara Yuga. The third yuga is the Dwapara Yuga, and that's where two legs weaken and two are intact. So there is equal pressure of good and bad coexisting in every place. Yeah, you will see that. And the fourth yuga is the Kali Yuga, where there is only one leg that is active, truth. But truth struggles, because without the other three legs, that is without compassion and austerity and purity, with just the truth, if you are trying to use only the truth to move on, you see that it's also tough in many situations, that you are having to prove yourself a lot again and again, but there is nobody ready to listen, because there is no compassion and there is no austerity, so nobody has the patience also to listen to the truth. So yeah, our social media also is one good example, that the moment you have some negative information running on social media, you see that it catches fire, it goes viral. Yeah, whether it is correct or not, or how far is it valid, how far is it relevant to me, I don't think it follows that logic. So this is also one good example of, all the three other legs weakening and only one leg being active, that is the truth being active, and the truth is struggling to survive. So we are actually in the Kali Yuga, the fourth yuga. So these cycles repeat itself. We have talked about it in blog number 32. So I'm not going to go into the details, but the bull of the Dharma is connected to the yugas as well. And just to summarize, that you will need all four legs, that is the truth, austerity, compassion and purity, satya, tapas, daya, shaucha, to be able to stand up strong like the bull. So now we move on to the one that is taking care of the bull, or the Dharma, or taking care of all of us, the Govardhana story. It's a very popular story. So I was thinking, what can I add to this? Because the moment you search for Govardhana, you will see a very nice picture of Lord Krishna using his finger and holding on to a mountain like an umbrella, and under the umbrella there are people and animals being saved by the Lord from the heavy downpour of waters, isn't it? So that's the typical image you get to see, which is not wrong, which is pretty much the story as well. So I'm going to go a little bit into the story, and then we will look at it from today's perspective as well, climate change perspective as well. Yes. So yeah, Lord Krishna is teaching us when he lifted Govardhan hill, he is teaching us something in the form of a metaphor. In Shrimad Bhagavadam, the people of Gokul are preparing for a grand festival in the worship of Indra, Lord Indra, and this happens at a normal pace when baby Krishna or little Krishna, the young boy, questions this tradition and says, why worship Lord Indra? It's actually the Govardhana hill that is giving us the grass for the cows, and it is the place where you have your crops and all the shelter. So the Govardhana hill has to be celebrated more than Lord Indra. So this is a new perspective that the young boy is adding on, and sort of creating a slight tension out there. People listen to it and then they change the plan to celebrate Govardhana hill, and this makes somebody furious. Who is that? Lord Indra. And he gives a furious storm, thunder, lightning to the whole place to show his power, maybe. Yes. So at this time, this is when Lord Krishna picks up the Govardhana hill and uses it on his little finger like an umbrella, using it as an umbrella and saving the people of Gokul. So this is the typical story that you might have listened to as well, or heard it from somewhere, maybe seen the images. But there is a mirror in this story. It's not just a myth. There is a metaphor in the story. Let's look at this. So Indra represents our ego. Yeah, there is this blind faith in power, technology, the control we have of the nature or over the nature. So this is our ego speaking to us. Yeah, Govardhana represents the earth. It's the earth that is simple, that's nurturing and self-sustaining. So true worship is the gratitude to nature, and that is what Lord Krishna is also showing through this. Today, as we face floods, droughts and climate change, his message is actually echoing louder than ever, I think. So protecting the environment, honoring the sources of life and living in harmony with nature is the point here. Yeah, coming from the metaphor, we no longer need to lift a mountain, but we can just lift our consciousness. We don't need to lift a mountain to do this. We just need to lift our consciousness. What do we have to do? Reduce waste, use resources mindfully. So it's just a matter of consciously using the waste or reusing, reducing wherever possible, and support the green to thrive. Support the nature to thrive in the way that it has to. I think COVID also in a way helped us understand that, reflect on it, isn't it? So when we were in the lockdown, we could see those animals and birds coming out on the roads as well, and the more we had of these greens thriving, automatically air pollution reduced in some of the biggest cities, from my understanding. So this was actually an example. We did see a small prelude of what we could do in reversing this climate change, if we just are a little more conscious, isn't it? So the story of protecting the world beneath our own umbrella, isn't it? So this umbrella is what? Is the nature. Yes. So the Govardhan story is reminding us that nature doesn't belong to us. We belong to nature. So let's keep that divine balance alive, just the way Krishna did. Jai Shri Krishna. But just to go back to the Vruṣabham Dharma and connect this with this Govardhan story, is there a connection? Yes. Okay. The truth, austerity, compassion and purity is all very seemingly is a part of nature. Yeah. So the more we are taking care of our nature, nature takes care of us. So we learn from who we are very close with, isn't it? So the more we are aligned to the nature, nature will teach us these habits. That could be a better way to teach the younger generation, or maybe teach ourselves as well. Why not, isn't it? So I think we have covered a beautiful topic today on the bull of Dharma and the Govardhana story and how it connects very well with today's climate change. Hope you found this very interesting. Please do share your thoughts on your perspective on Dharma and what did you think of the Govardhana story as well. Until we meet in the next session, stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay motivated. Thank you. Bye bye.